I love making top 10 videos on this channel about everything vintage. Most of them come naturally, but some of them I struggle with, and then when I need some inspiration I go into the comment section and I look at your comments. Oh, I've said all of that on one take. So proud of myself. This week's top 10 video is based on your suggestions that I found in the comments. So let's head over towards the rainbow and follow the yellow brick road. But first, I need to give a shout out to my Patreon members. There are no new members this month, but thank you very much to the paid members that are still sticking around. I've got exclusive content on my Patreon like music and extra videos that you can check out, and paid members have got free access to it.
And TV made us feel so free. I miss those days, they made us who we are. I look back now, just those memories feel so far. I'm lost far away, memories.
So what are you waiting for? Sign up. Let's get into the video.
I let you comment, so let's check out guys you haven't crushed on. It's viewer's choice.
Brian Austin Green is best known for his role in the 90s TV show Beverly Hills 90210. But if you're like me, you probably took note of him when he starred in Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Like many others, he started his career in the world of soap operas. And despite his role on Knots Landing only lasting 27 episodes, it made producer Aaron Spelling take note of him. His marriage to Megan Fox made headlines. I mean, how can it not make headlines when two gorgeous people get married? Unfortunately, in 2020, after 10 years of marriage, the couple announced they were getting a divorce.
If nobody ever knew it was me doing the songs, and it was just a complete alias and nobody had a clue who was doing it, but they liked it, I'd be happy. I wouldn't care that everybody knew it was my name and I was the one who did it. I've always pretty much been just a homebody. I sit at home and I watch a lot of movies, and the only thing I think that's really changed is that I value the holiday time a lot more, because it is, you know, one of the only times I really get to see my family.
There are two actors named Jeremy Jordan. Jeremy Jordan, born in 1973, and Jeremy Jordan, born in 1984. So I went with the one who's been active in Hollywood the longest, seeing that this is a vintage channel.
Yeah, right. That's why you picked him.
Jordan was homeless at the age of 17, living on the subway before he landed his first record deal in 1993. His debut album featured the single The Right Kind of Love, which was included in the soundtrack of the TV series Beverly Hills 90210. The album was a moderate success, but it would be another full decade before he released his second album. He made several appearances in movies and TV shows, with his most notable appearances being in the Stephen King miniseries Storm of the Century and the Drew Barrymore comedy Never Been Kissed, both released in 1999.
Don't listen to him, Reggie Ray.
Austin?
Mr. Not First String anymore. Isn't first string anymore.
I'm surprised Eric Christian Olson wasn't suggested earlier by a viewer. He started his acting career in the mid-90s, and his first acting job was in a Whitey's Ice Cream Parlor TV commercial, followed by several supporting roles before he landed his big break as King Arthur in the 1999 made-for-TV movie Arthur's Quest.
And you can get your own stinking sword out of the stone.
He started making waves in the teen genre by starring in the short-lived TV show Get Real, True Calling, and teen comedy movies like Not Another Teen Movie, The Hot Chick, and Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd.
This pie tastes delicious, Mrs. B.
Dumb and Dumberer. Now playing.
Later on in his career, he successfully transitioned into more mature roles in movies like 2011's The Thing and the TV series NCIS Los Angeles. I bet a lot of viewers were singing along to Jesse's Girl back in 1981, changing the lyrics ever so slightly to be a little bit more gay.
Do you write all this material?
Yeah, I've always written all my stuff, but I started to get very schizophrenic towards the end of the last stage, and now I've got my head straight, I think, and
Rick Springfield started his music career in the 60s, performing with bands like MPD Limited and Zoot, before making the switch to a solo artist with his aptly named 1972 debut album Beginnings, charting at number 35 on Billboard in the US. His acting career consisted mostly of guest appearances in TV shows, but at the height of Jesse's Girl's success in 1981, he landed the role of Noah Drake in General Hospital, a role he portrayed for 3 years, returning to the role in 2005.
Well, I'm delighted to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
All good, I hope.
Extremely.
Approaching 1 million kilometers from the neutron star, sir.
Slow to 1/3 impulse power.
Who can forget a cutie like Wil Wheaton? He started his acting career as a child actor in 1981's A Long Way From Home, but it was his role as the boy genius and Starfleet hopeful Wesley Crusher in Star Trek The Next Generation that made him a teen idol, appearing on the covers of numerous teen magazines. When Star Trek The Next Generation was still flying high in its 4th season, Wheaton walked away from fame. He quit Star Trek and shortly thereafter dropped out of Hollywood altogether, making only guest appearances in the years that followed.
I just reached a point about August of last year where I was tired of going to acting class and giving 150% of myself to all the jobs that I did, and then having to work with people that really didn't care or were more interested in their image or were more interested in where their next, magazine cover was coming from rather than the acting as a craft.
In the early 2000s, he tried to restart his career, but casting agents only saw his Star Trek character, making it difficult to find meaningful roles. In order to speak directly to his fans and try and rebuild his brand, Wheaton started a blog in 2000 called Just a Geek, which soon became one of the most popular personal websites on the internet, and giving his career the much needed boost. Known for his quiet screen persona and minimalistic acting style, Gary Cooper won the Academy Award for Best Actor twice in his career, but many people today don't even know who he was. I have featured him on this channel before, so if you feel up for the challenge of a scavenger hunt, you should go check out that video. The American Film Institute ranked Cooper at number 11 on its list of the 50 greatest screen legends. His career spanned over 3 decades between 1925 and 1961, including lead roles in 84 feature films, which is impressive by any standard. It was rumored that Cooper also had a romantic relationship with his Mel Devil and the Deep co-star Anderson Lawler, as the two shared a home during the 1920s, but no concrete evidence exists today that could suggest that they were more than friends.
Is not over. Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Tom McBride might not be someone many people are familiar with, but he was a promising actor and model who was active between 1981 and 1995. But during this period he only appeared in 3 movies, including Friday the 13th Part 2, which is probably his best known role. Not much is known about this actor except the fact that he was openly gay and worked mostly as a billboard model for Winston cigarettes. McBride passed away on September 24, 1995 at the age of 42 due to AIDS complications. There are 2 people named Grant Williams, an actor and a basketball player born in 1998, the latter being way too young to be featured on this channel, so let's go with the actor. Grant Williams' most iconic role was that of Scott Carey in the 1957 science fiction movie The Incredible Shrinking Man. Despite good reviews and the success of the film, his career continued to see only lackluster roles. Universal Pictures dropped his contract in 1959 and he signed with Warner Brothers the following year. There were unconfirmed rumors that he was gay, something that he denied in numerous interviews. The studio tried to get him to go on publicized dates with several of their new starlets, but he wouldn't cooperate. He went to most industry functions alone and left alone according to industry gossip.
14, 22, 89, go!
Mama's been crying in the kitchen. Daddy's done left in the truck.
Waylon Payne was suggested in the comments as a gay singer, but I decided to include him in this week's video. Payne came out to his family when he was 18 years old, revealing not only that he was gay, but also the sexual abuse he suffered at the hands of a family member in silence. His family disowned him, and before coming out, Payne said that he considered himself a religious person, but everything he knew was turned upside down the moment he spoke his truth. Payne is a talented songwriter who has written songs for some of the big names in country music, including Leanne Womack and Miranda Lambert. He eventually released his debut album The Drifter in 2004. Sean William Scott was everywhere for a few years after the success of American Pie and its sequels, but right around 2010, it seems like he pretty much disappeared.
No, people think that I'm a guy. Yeah. They think that I'm Stifler, and like in the beginning of my career, I was like, well, I'm not really that fictional character, you know. And then you could see like certain guys like kind of frat guys that pretty much allowed me to have a career when they would come up to me like, Stifler!
At his peak, Scott was often cast as the goofy, handsome high school jock or sleazy party boy. Even when he was in his late 20s and early 30s, he was typecast in most of these roles. And when you get typecast, it's not easy to get these type of roles as you get older. His career has seen somewhat of a resurgence in recent years, with roles in TV shows like Lethal Weapon and Welcome to Flatch. Do you remember Sean William Scott? Did you have a crush on him or one of his high school jock characters he played? Let me know in the comments. I'm working on a follow-up video to my doppelganger video where I compare actors that look like other actors, and I've got 2 other videos in that series. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out by clicking on the link over here somewhere. And also, no wait, the link is up here somewhere. And you can also check out my smaller channels, my Life with Edward channel, where I show you my daily life in the jungle, tropical jungle, or you can check out my music channel, where I premiere my music videos or my lyric videos. I'll see you in the next video.